To remind you, we're all going to have this memorized by the end of the day. Please, any questions you have, menti.com, 464865. Again, these questions are really helpful, and we're really excited to answer them and other ones at the end of this morning of these morning presentations. So next up, we have Tanya Davis. Let's see if she's coming up. So Tanya will be speaking about the Goods and Services Ordinance benefits and upcoming changes, as well as the disparity study.
Good morning. Before I even go into who I am, I first like to ask all of you, I'm going to take a risk right now, but to please stand for me. It's random, I know. Now what I would like for you to do is give yourselves a hand clap. I want to hear the hand clap. What this goes to show is for us as a city to say thank you. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being small businesses who participate with us and partner with us. And also I wanted a standing ovation from the front. So thank you for your time, but most of my slides have already been stated, and really the main gist of it is that Division of Small Business and Opportunity wants to be able to integrate and partner with General Services and with other agencies to be able to attain the goals that we have up here that are on the board. It's extremely important to us. Once again, my name is Tanya Davis. I am a manager within the Division of Small Business Opportunity. And what DSBO does primarily is we certify, we conduct compliance, and we also do outreach within the city and county of Denver for construction and for goods and services. As an agency, we've gotten together over the past several months, and these were the 5 goals that we were able to come up with. As a division, and I won't read exactly our mission, but those key terms that are within there are to enhance minority women-owned businesses and small business enterprises, and to also promote economic development. Those are key to us, and ways that we want to be able to do that are the vehicles that we are using are 5 separate goals. The first goal is to increase certified firms. How many of you are certified within here? Good, good. So most of you know the certification process, but there's so much more that we want to make available with that certification. It's not only to be certified within the city, it's also important to be able to grow capacity, which is what goes into that second one of build skills to increase capacity of firms. And that's kind of been for lack of a better word, a buzzword within the city. What does that really mean? We say, okay, let's build, they are right about this light. They say, okay, let's build capacity, let's build skills, but that's so much more. What we want to do is be able to give opportunity, to be able to grow you all. Cecilia has a great class in which that helps. We also offer different classes to be able to help you to understand, how do I become certified? What does this certification really mean to me, to my business, to my employees? Our third goal is to build connections, deepening those relationships. It's amazing. I've been in this role for almost 3 years now, and people will come to us, they'll come to my team, and the question comes up in regards to, well, I don't know anyone. Well, you don't know anyone because you may be sitting in the way back corner, and everyone who's sitting in the back, there's nothing wrong with you. But the question comes about of, okay, how do I make myself known? There was a gentleman, when I'm out at the airport, there's a gentleman who always makes himself known because he always wears a cowboy hat. And not everyone go out and get a cowboy hat, but he always makes himself known in regards to wearing that hat or making a difference and going up to those primes and saying, hello, I am such and such. What can I provide? What can I give you about my information? So we want to be able to offer more platforms and where you can do that. The fourth goal is to increase the local opportunities for MWBs to work on public contracts. I think it was stated very well by the ones talking about from the shovel to the contract, and I may have not stated that correctly. But it really goes to show you start small and then you grow. There's not my son who's a basketball, or he's not a basketball player. I'm trying to speak that into existence. But but my son, he's about 6'5". He's tall, and he started playing sports when he was about in the 6th grade. I don't know. But he's like, Mom, they're not picking me for the team. Well, son, have you practiced dribbling? No, I had to play PlayStation right quick. Okay. Well, son, how are you going to get to that point? How are you going to be able to get to the point of where they want to be able to select you? Well, Mom, I guess I got to go to Arrowhead once a week and be able to bounce the ball against the wall. Well, Mom, I guess I got to go to the Denver Rec Center and I got to be able to practice with these players who I know that are better than me. But I know that I will make it there. I need to be able to practice to be able to compete. Well, see, that's what's important when we have this 4th goal in regards to being able to work on public contracts. It's not about just getting that $1 million job right off the bat. It's really about starting small and being able to grow big. Lastly, we have ensure goals are met with meaningful work that develops primes and subs. The important part here is that it's a two-way street. We want to be able to tell the primes, this is an important program to the city and county of Denver. This is important to us. This is important to our small businesses. This is what helps us grow. That's what the mayor just mentioned. So these are our 5 goals within the Division of Small Business and Opportunity, is to really make you, our primary customer, important to us, which you all are. I'll go ahead and go on to the next slide. Oh, is that me? So that's our DISBO's mission. So how do we do all this? Well, there's a whole bunch of words on a paper and we just follow it each day, right? We try to bring these words alive. So we have 3 distinct articles that govern us. That first one, which is article number 3, that's primarily with our construction projects. Where most of you fit in here is with our article 5, and Brandon was able to state that very well earlier this morning. But article 5, that's our goods and services ordinance. And then we have article 7, opportunities for small business enterprises and city contracts. I won't read all of that, but that's for our small business enterprises. And as the mayor alluded to earlier, and as everyone else says, we have a lot of alphabet soup, right? So it's not that you have to memorize it. My team's here. They'll be able to explain it as well, but we have a lot of alphabet soup, but SBE is our small business enterprise, and that's a different certification than MWBE, EBE, ACDBE, and all the other E's that we have. But primarily, if you're SBE, these are the opportunities where you can see the most benefit. Not saying that the Article 3 you can't, but it is Article 5 and Article 7. So Article 5, I will not go into detail for that because Brandon explained it so well earlier, and I'll be able to ask questions. But I think what this really shows us is that we are wanting to partner with them. We are wanting to partner with General Services to make this work. So as stated earlier, 28-126 is for contracts that are $1 million or more, and our goals process was explained. This is the only section where a project will go through our goals process. So I don't know if that makes sense or not. How many of you know of our goals process and what that means when I say that? Okay. So our goals process is basically where projects go through and people of the community, as Brandon mentioned, they'll assign a goal to it, and then it's given to our director for approval, and then that's what's advertised. That's where you'll see a 10% goal, a 15% goal, a 20% goal, or whatever the goal may be. For this second one, goods and services, that's what was stated earlier in regards to if there's 3 or more certified SBEs, and I just want to emphasize that, SBEs, then it will go into a defined selection pool. And then that SBE needs to complete at least 75% of the work. If there's any other questions on these. And then lastly, with our independent partnership, I don't know if that one was discussed earlier this morning, but independent partnership, it does not fit in any of the other categories. It basically includes a clause stating that I will partner with a small business enterprise, or I will partner with a minority women business enterprise firm. But the partnership is not required for our independent partnerships. But there are projects that come through the independent partnerships, and also a partnership is developed. So these are the types of covered goods that are included, and then the types of services that are included. Does anyone see their type of work included in these? Electronic parts and equipment, office equipment, machinery, electrical, industrial, communication. No one? Okay, I saw one hand. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. What about covered services? Does anybody see theirs up? Thank you. I just want you all to be able to see who's in the room, because like I said, it's about being able to network and show who you are. Okay, so then what was alluded to earlier is that we have a disparity study, and then also we have an ordinance. So the disparity study is separate than the ordinance. Oftentimes they are put together as though they are one, and they are not one. The disparity study answers that question of, is there a disparity within the city? Is there a disparity with the contracting? What is that disparity? So we hired a firm, BBC, and BBC is conducting this disparity study. They will let us know if there's a disparity or not in the city. For the past 2 years, we have been meeting with a subgroup to be able to work on our ordinance. Cecilia's also been a part of that. I don't know where she's at, but Cecilia's also been a part of that group, and she's been coming every week for the past, I think it's really, we started about 1.5 years ago. And for this, we've been reviewing the ordinance, and part of those reviews was over general services, or not general services itself, but that particular part of the ordinance that Brandon and I have went over this morning. Is to be able to say, okay, and as the mayor stated, what's working, what's not working, and being able to make changes. How can we make it work for you? How will it be able to grow your business? How, and how? Why, and why? It's important to be able to answer those questions, and that's why we want to take the opportunity to be able to look at the ordinance. These are some key dates that we have. In late September, the final disparity study report, which is BBC, which is separate. October, there will be a public meeting, and that public meeting will discuss basically what the disparity study results found. December, the first draft of the new ordinance. So once again, 2 separate items. Our ordinance sunsets in April of 2019. We want to have a draft by the end of the year to be able to say, okay, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what changes do we need to make? What I can say about the small business is that it is a vocal community that's very engaged, which I love. Not all the time, but I do love it. January through February will be public comment on the ordinance draft. So that's January through February in the ordinance, and then the public meeting October for the disparity study. Lastly, we have the DISBO ordinance. I already mentioned that. So really, this is DISBO and who we are. And I don't know if any of my teammates are in the room, if they want to stand just so you can see who they are. They'll be here throughout the day. So Jeanette and Gloria, yes, and Tammy back there. So they'll be here throughout the day and be able to answer any questions that you have. And I know that they have this up here. But once again, my name is Tanya Davis. I'm the manager within the Division of Small Business Opportunity, and I just look forward to working with all of you, meeting you later today, and just really being able to propel forward with everyone. Thank you.